Originally, this video was part of a Udemy marketing course, but I've decided to make it available for free for you right here on YouTube. Anytime you need to get a hold of me, all you have to do is mouse over this picture and click on the white eye icon. As I'm sure you know, many small businesses are hesitant to try broadcast advertising. After all, if you make a mistake, it can be really expensive. The internet, on the other hand, is mostly sweat equity, and so the cost and the risk are not nearly as high. However, it is important to know about advertising, and we're going to cover that right now. This is section 2.3. Let's go to work. This time we're along the shores of Lake Balaton in Hungary. Now this is one of the most popular tourist destinations in all of Eastern Europe. They feature hot springs and spas, and it's a really lovely location. But we're here to talk about broadcasting, both radio and television. And I want to start with radio because I have quite a bit of radio experience. Did you know that the average person listens to radio almost every day? As a matter of fact, 94% of all people 12 and over listen to their radio. Now, one of the things you're going to have to pay attention to when you're interested in radio advertising is the demographics. For example, your station ad representative can tell you how often somebody listens to the radio and goes to dinner from that station. So for example, perhaps a radio listener goes out to eat twice a week. That's the kind of thing that your ad rep can tell you about. Now, one of the things you want to look at when you're doing radio advertising is CCP, and that is cost per point. In other words, your advertising flight, your buy, how long will it take to reach 1 point or 1% of the listening audience? That cost is very easy to compare between radio stations. So that's the common metric that you want to use to see which radio station is not only the better demographic, but also more affordable for you. It's called cost per point. The reach. The reach is the total number of people who are going to hear your ad. In other words, if you get 10,000 people or 15,000 people, that's the total buy, the total reach. Frequency is how often those people hear that ad. It's not the total number of ads you buy, it's how often people are going to hear that ad. Don't forget spaced repetition when we're talking about frequency. It's the effectiveness of your advertising buy. Let's talk for just a second about television. Did you know the average person watches 4.5 hours of television every day? As a matter of fact, television is the most effective advertising you can do. Not only do you reach a bigger audience, you're going to get a bigger ROI on your investment. The only bad thing about the medium is it costs so much to buy a flight of television spots. And I can tell you why, having worked in television. You see, it cost several $1 million for a broadcast TV station to go on the air. Even the editing booth where your commercial will be put together has over $100,000 worth of equipment in it. By the way, I do recommend you get an ad agency if you're interested in getting a television buy. And don't forget the marketing basics like spaced repetition when you do this ad buy. Buy one television show every night for a week. It's going to be far more effective than buying random spots that run sometime during the evening. Guys, I hope some of this was helpful for you, and as always, if you have a question, don't hesitate to drop me an email. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.